This is your dad's action movie podcast. I know it's been a while since I pushed out one of these podcasts, but the thing is I got busy, shit gets happening, and all that good stuff. But at the same time, it is what it is. This is the Angry Dad from the Angry Dad podcast. I do the action. You're at your dad's action movie podcast. This is just a quick synopsis of should you or should you not watch this movie? Should this be a good movie? Is this a movie your dad would like? Is this a movie your dad would watch? And yes, that is me, the Angry Dad, watching movies, watching action movies, watching movies that make me feel young again. Because I remember watching action movies. I remember watching the late 80s, early 90s action movies that were awesome, took you to a place, made you feel some kind of way, was great, had that adrenaline rush. You're like, I can't believe I'm actually watching this. And you know what? That's how this podcast goes. And with today's podcast, I'm doing it on Rambo Last Blood. John Rambo himself. Look, I've seen every Rambo movie there is to see. The Last Blood was the hardest one for me to watch. And the reason it was the hardest one for me to watch because every time I tried to sit down and watch it, I had the kids with me. I couldn't do it. No one wanted to watch it. Well, guess what? I finally sat down. I finally got to watch it. And you know what? I'm going to give this one a big 2 thumbs up. And the reason I give it a big 2 thumbs up because it has everything that an action movie should have. It has heartstrings. It pulls on you. It drags you in. It draws you into the movie. The movie has a purpose, even though the purpose is to kill. The purpose is to feel a certain kind of way, to build up the anger, to build up the reason for the mayhem that's about to ensue. And that's what this movie has. It has that. You know, a little bit of the filming of the movie. There's a couple of parts that really pissed me off. But the thing is that's just how they filmed it. That's just what it is. And the actress that played in this movie, I'm assuming she wasn't old enough to drive, so that's why they had to have this fucking ugly CGI fucking scene of her driving. But it is what it is when it comes to that part. But the thing is this is believable. To me, this is believable. To me, this is a scenario that would run through your head if anything happened to your daughter. And even with anything that happened to the other person that you loved in your life, like whether it be your son or your daughter, just happened to be a daughter in this movie. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of spoilers and all that fucking bullshit. So if you haven't seen it, too fucking bad. If you want to watch it and you don't want me to ruin it, well, guess the fuck what? Turn off this podcast, go watch the movie, then come back and listen to what I got to fucking say. And hopefully you agree with what's going on in my head. But the thing is the blood, the gore, the kills, the way this movie ends, it leaves me in shock and awe because that's the way a movie should be. Stallone remembers action movies. Stallone's been making action movies. He knows how to film action movies. And I might be sounding like a fanboy and all that fucking bullshit, but that's the thing. This movie right here made me feel like I was a kid again. It made me feel like this is what I used to watch. This is what I would make sure no one was around. My mom wasn't around. My family wasn't around. So I can watch this. So I can see this. I know I wasn't old enough to watch it at the time when I was a kid watching all the other Rambos, but guess the fuck what? I still fucking watched it. I still went out of my way to watch it. I'd hear everybody fucking talking about it, making me want to watch it, and guess the fuck what? I watched it. And with this movie, it made me feel like that. It was like perfect, like the scenes of torture, the scenes of cutting and killing and bleeding and shooting. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple of parts where a couple of arms and fucking legs got chopped off. Someone got stabbed through the head. And I'm just like, that right there is an action movie. This is an action movie. This is an action movie from the 90s brought into the 2000s. You see, it's not even 2000. I think it was 2019, but it's still 2000s to me. All right? It had that feel. It had that touch. It had that, yes, I want to watch this. Yes, this was great. Yes, this is everything it's supposed to be in a Rambo movie. Because if you're expecting some great fucking, dialogue and you're expecting fucking like this to be some grandiose, no. This is a shoot 'em up, kill 'em, chopping off arms, chopping off heads, throwing shit in the freeway, fucking ripping people's collarbones out. All right? It made me squirm a little bit, and I love this fucking kind of shit. And that's the thing. When it can make me do that in an action movie, it's letting you know this is a good movie. This is a good recommendation. This is one of those movies your dad would love. This is one of those movies your dad loves. And I'm letting you know right now. that this is an action movie. down to the T. Perfectly conducted, perfectly written, perfectly shot. This movie has everything it's supposed to be in an action movie. I give this one a big 2 thumbs up. I give this one, you gotta watch it, you gotta see it, you gotta go get it. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those ones that I would add to my collection. And I'm saying John Rambo, Last Blood, ended perfectly. And look, the ending scene in the credits, oh my God, it really hit me. It really made me feel good. It really fucking was like, this is the ending. To put a nail in John Rambo, to put a movie that this is the final Rambo. And look, everyone's, well, Rambo's old, Rambo's this. I'm like, no, when you're a badass, and that's just how it goes. And they sent him off into the sunset. They sent John Rambo off correctly, done right, into a final, I've killed them all, I'm the only one left. And guess the fuck what? Even though I won, I still lost, but I'll continue in my life because I want those who died to be remembered, even though it's only remembered by me. This movie is a yes. This movie is you need to watch. This movie is yes, go out and check it out. Look, if you got kids, you're going to let them watch it. Guess the fuck what? I let my kids kind of watch it. They weren't really giving a fuck. They weren't paying attention. They were just in and out. But the thing is this movie is what I wanted it to be. At the end of the day, this, like I said, I had expectations. I had thoughts I've had, like, I don't know. Well, let's see how it goes. No. It had everything on a thing. It's a 10 for 10, 5 for 5, whatever the fuck you want to call it. John Rambo, Last Blood, Rambo, Last Blood. Out of all the Rambos I've seen, this one keeps up with the pace. It hits me right at home, and I'm going to say yes. This is a yes. This one is 2000, had some good movies, but John Rambo, Last Blood, I'm going to say that's the one that nailed it the most for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though it took me forever to watch it, it is what it is. But the thing is, it was a good movie. So, with the Angry Dad giving a seal of approval, I'm going to say go see this. I'm going to say, yes, this is good. This is a go. This is green light. Go check it the fuck out. John Rambo, Last Blood is a perfectly done action movie. Everything that I wanted it to be, the dialogue I wanted it to be, the gore I wanted it to be, the yes, I like action movies. This is what I wanted it to be. So, with that being said, this is the Angry Dad. This is your dad's action movie podcast saying John Rambo is the movie to see. So this is a big yes. Go check it the fuck out. And guess the fuck what? I'll see you guys on the next one.